Hey guys, this is Matt. I want to give a quick layout update. I apologize, I have not had one in a while. I have gotten a lot of stuff done on the layout. It's just been more of, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It's kind of like, well, I just kind of want to get things going so that I can get the trains running. So that's why I haven't been making the videos, because when you only have a couple minutes here and there, you kind of just want to get things going so you can run them. So, update on what I've done. I've started some of the wiring. Did a little bit of scenic areas just because I was getting tired of working with the track, so I decided to do that. I replaced a couple of turnouts, the Atlas ones with some Pico ones, and I'll show you why. I still have one more I have to do. I redid part of the Jones freight yard, just on the new side of it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So, coming over here, I redid this. This track used to come down right along here, and it had a gantry crane. Now it goes into this warehouse, so I just kind of shortened the track up and had it go into there so that way that's going to be more of a, I don't know, either unloading, loading of precious stuff, just another building in the yard. I have a couple of my PM42s right here that I'm going to be using. So the whole layout is going to be broken up into a couple of different blocks. I believe I have 11 blocks right now. I did get the breakout board for them, just that way it's going to be a lot easier to do. And I do have a couple more of these on order. So the way I'm going to do this is each board is going to have its own booster set. So then that way, from the control, each PM42 will have a booster. So that way I don't have to worry about where I need them. If I do need them in certain areas, I'll put them in, but I'm crossing my fingers that a booster for each one will be sufficient. So continuing on, I finished up the yard, and then I don't know if you guys would remember, but this building used to sit just like this. It just was straight track. I decided to curve it, put in a maintenance away track, finished up the track entrance. The reason why I did it like this, I kind of made like a little backstory of, before this building was built, I would have had a transfer table right here coming off of this track, and from here all the way back would have been, the car shops. So, as soon as, railroads started buying generic cars and not making them, they tore it down and they built this building. So that's how I've got that. One of the scenic areas that I have, I apologize for how the vehicles are, kind of like this. It's been from me pounding on the underside of this to put some of the wiring in that I'll show. So what I've done so far, if you can see, I have, I'm going to move that so that it's easier to see. But what I've done is 0.4 by 0.4. Whoop. And I use that as a curb. So then that way I have curbs all along here on both sides. And, I'll be able to put in some drainage ditches and all that. But I got this area scenic. Started on this area right here. You got the full platform for the station. And then this area got scenic. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I have all the streets, or the striping in, and I do have, stop sign there, another one next to the flag, and then also with the firehouse itself, you can see around the bend you have some bushes and shrubs before you walk into the main office of the station. So got that. I have my curling center all set, ready to go. I had to wait to finish off the track there before I could do any scenery in the back. So that's going to be the next part. And then from there, I can then work on this area. I have started right here with some of these mounds. This is actually grout that I put on and then I just spray it down with water. I use some different tools to kind of like tamp it down to get it into its right area, but that's all that this is just grout. And I'm going to show you on my other area that I've done it, how it turns out after you put all the scenic areas on, or all the flocking, I should say. So again, the back end of the yard, or the little city over here. I started getting my signals. I have not hooked them up yet. I'm just putting them in their spots where they're going to be. I have been working on all my crossings, so I've got pretty much those all set, ready to go. Again, I've got another signal right here that's going to go in that hole. One idea that I do that has really helped when I drill the hole, because when you buy signals, the wires are so small. You've got the all the different aspects of it. After I drill it, I actually put a piece of straw in, and I glue that in on the sides so that way it's a nice smooth area for everything to go in. And so again, you're going to see a ton of cars off the track. That's just because I've been pounding on the bottom of the entire layout. I redid this. This used to be a I had a 3 tracks right here for a grain elevator. Now this is going to be just the Green Bay and Western main that comes in and meets up with the Wisconsin Central. I ended up getting this tower off of eBay, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's actually fairly detailed. It's nice. It was like $25, so not too bad. But this is all going to be farm field with a small little access road to the tower, kind of like you see in the middle of absolute nowhere. Again, I have another signal set up. You can see how the wires just, it's nice and easy to move up and down. So I've got the signal there ready to go. Coming along, this is going to be a signal bridge, and I already have one signal bridge that I can show you. This one right here. So this one is going to go just like that. Sorry, this is kind of hard to do with holding my left hand. So that's going to go over the tracks right there. And then again, a secondary one will go up where those 3 are right there. So coming back, another area that I've scenicked. Again, all the cars are everywhere. But this is supposed to be representative of Highway 45 going into North Fond du Lac in Wisconsin. The WC main goes right over, just like this. It's kind of a valley area. It does not have the concrete barriers, but I made it a little too steep, so I had to add those. So here's what I'm going to show you in that grout. The little hill right here. I'm going to back out and see if you can see it. When it goes up and then down, and all of this, all up here, that's all grout that I've used to make the transition. Again, all grout on this end. And you can actually see it right here where the grout is, where it makes the transition going down. Again, right in there. So, very pleased with how that turned out. Funny story about the Dozen Roses. That wasn't going to be the original billboard, but being a guy, I did something stupid, pissed off the wife. So after that, I put that on, and she saw it, and she and I had a good laugh about it, because she looked at it and she goes, "So that's supposed to be for me, right?" I was like, "Yeah." Unfortunately, I didn't get her any flowers. Bad part is having cats. You can't really have flowers. So moving on from that, I put this building as if this is kind of like an abandoned warehouse right here. I'm still going to do some weathering up on the building, but I ended up putting, I don't know if I can get enough light on this. If I zoom in, I might get it. There we go. I put a track right along the edge of it to simulate that it's an abandoned spur line that is no longer in use. They had to cut it out in order to put in the siding for the concrete plant. So again, right here, this is all grout. I'm going to go down to the level so you can see how it actually, sorry about that, how it goes up, and it's actually a pretty nice even slope. So it's very easy to work with. I'm very pleased with it. It was one of those trial and error, and thank God it was a success, not an error. But then I put a small little mobile home here, just kind of off the right of way. You know, Joe Schmo kind of living there. There are a couple other signals that I've got ready to go. You know, again, they're not wired up, but they will be as soon as I start getting some of the trains running and everything going. It's just one step at a time. So I'm going to show you underneath this so you can see there are the feeders, and they continue on. And the only feeders that are on this end are just for this block. And so they go on, go around, whoops, sorry about that, and then come back. And the way that I have this set up, oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to get this so you can see where it is. So, there we go. So, I made these blocks where the bus wire comes in on either side of that. Those go to their own individual blocks, and then from there, each of the tracks get wired up into it. So that way, what I've got is those three wires are for these three tracks right here. And so going down, all the tracks that are down there all go into one. I have another one set for the yard. Another one another one for the yard there. You can see it just kind of sitting right there, ready to go. So I've got all of this block done, which this is block 6, which it starts from there, goes down, around, and it ends right here. And so the way I have this set, you can see I have, the starting of block 5 and the end of block 6. So then that way, all these will get wired up individually in different blocks, so that way, if there's a short somewhere, I can easily fix it, find out where it is, instead of trying to hunt down something. This is one of the newer buildings. I still have to put in the pavement, and I'm going to redo the parking lot on this. I'm not really happy with how it turned out, but it's the Taco Bell by Summit Models. So about this building, I like it because it's different. But if you ask me, would I ever buy another Summit Models? No. This little thing was $70. You had to cut out each of these sections and then cut these strips on the side, which is the same thickness as that. And you can see how I was able to kind of shim that one down. I tried shimming that one down. They look good. These kits look good, but I don't think I'll ever buy another one from Summit Models. It's definitely not worth the $70 for that little kit. So continuing on, don't have anything. I didn't do any scenic area in this. The little areas that I showed you already are all that I've gotten done in the scenic aspect. Another one of these blocks for all the tracks here. Coming along, I've also started to put some of where the dwarf signals will be. So I've got that all set. I'm going to do another bridge here, which is going to govern this, and another bridge here, again, to govern this. And then coming around, I don't have anything, I haven't done anything different in this area, so I'm just going to kind of go a little quicker on this. The only thing I'm doing different is the Union Station that I had here. I already have the same station on the other end in the old area, so I got rid of that. I'm going to put a different station in. You can see I have a footprint of another station, kind of going back and forth as to which one I'm going to use. So from there, this is the area that I've been working on. So if you remember, right along here used to be a couple of bridges. I was going to make that a water scene. Now that's going to be kind of a hilly area, forested, coming over here to what will be a river, and coming along, again, all the cars, because I just cut, and again, you know, I've got a dwarf signal sitting right there, ready to go. But I've been just working on all the wiring for this, and so I'm going to show you real quick what I have planned for everything. As you can see, like this, so this has 3 tracks, one that feeds, one over here which goes to a couple of sidings, and then you've got the 2 main lines right here. So the bus will come in here, connect there, go from there, down, and out that way. So that's how I have that set up. So that way it's not, you know, you're not pinching, you know, the bus line everywhere you need to snap in to feed a wire. So that's kind of the idea that I have. Fingers crossed again that it all works, but I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. So then coming down here, again, nothing new here. The only thing that I've done differently is where the white styrofoam is, that is actually going to be gone, because that's just going to be a different type of cornfield all in there. I just don't feel like making the way that I was going to. It's more of a crafting way than a hobby way. So it doesn't really turn out the best, so that's why I'm going to do away with that. So again, all that I've been working on is the wiring underneath. As you can see, I've got the bus feed going all the way down, and they're connected all up to each block. And one area down here that was very difficult, if you can see underneath the track, I'm going to try to get it, you really can't see it, but I've got the wires going out because this is a continuation of a block from the opposite end of the layout. And the wires go through the half-inch tube bridge. Sorry about that. And end up in the yard on the other side to connect, so that way that continues that block all the way through to this side. So with that being said, I'm very happy with how this has turned out. I do have a lot more to go. I'm happy with the scenic areas that I've gotten done so far. This was just kind of one of those getting tired of doing the same thing over and over, so that's why I decided to just go ahead and start doing scenery. This is going to be the next area that gets all the scenery, so it's going to be a continuation from there. and it'll finish off the yard. So that'll be all one area. Then from here to here, and again, all in the back will be scenic. So that'll all be what's on the agenda for next time. But again, with the holidays coming up, who knows, what everyone's gonna be able to, do. And my buddies that are coming over to help me with, building up my mountains and all that. That's all been put on hold because of COVID. So that's as far as we've gotten on that. On this side, though, I do have one new addition. I finally got the coal mine up here. So I want to thank my buddy Ron for building it and shipping it from Colorado to here. He does a lot of my kits. He's retired, does an amazing job, so he has a lot of time on his hand. He loves putting kits together. And with a 2-year-old, I have no time for putting these kits together. I try, and this Taco Bell took me about a month and a half to build, and it's fairly straightforward. So he does an amazing job. So I want to thank him again. So this is going to be going down right where that is. That's going to be a scale with a actual readout. And then that'll come down and feed into the yard here. So that's all that I've gotten done so far. So with that being said, I hope everyone is doing well, being safe. Hopefully the holidays are going to be smooth for everyone. And I just hope that everyone stays healthy and safe out there. So with that being said, I will see you guys next time.